What is going on, YouTube? Thammagotcha here, coming at you with some retro cup battles, bringing it way back. You know, we got some Deoxys, walrien, and Froslass. Double ice in the back. This team performs. My gosh, I only did 2 sets with it so far. And as you can see, I dropped a little ELO from the Fossil Cup, but we'll show you the ELO at the end of the video. Went 8-2 with this team. Super strong. Should have went 5-0 with this first set. I just played that one game so bad, you shall see it. And we're starting the lead off with a Froslass into a Deoxys. I'm going to stay in this lead and make them think that I have a rock slide. So I'm going to shield this. Hopefully Shadow Ball. Great shield on my part. That would have absolutely destroyed my Deoxys. I'm going to throw this Psycho Boost. And I'm going straight into the walrien. And oh my gosh, it is the very new Pokemon Aurorus. Am I saying that right? I really hope so. Let's see. Aurorus, yes. Saying that right. So, they go for the HM power. That is fine by me. I'm going to go for the EQ. And from here, I know an HM power does not KO. Because walrien is an absolute truck, showing it is the better ice type. We're gonna get to this earth power. This is gonna be saying big damage, one-shotting that freaking dinosaur. And we even get to the ice school spear, and this is gonna be doing some damage here. Nice little chip damage, enough for it to almost put it into Psycho Boost range. So we're going to shield that. It is just the avalanche, but that is completely fine by me, because now I'm just going to go straight for this Psycho Boost, getting them very, very nice and low, and it's a Shadow walrien in the back, and we are just going to outpace to the Thunderbolt. We are double debuff though, so that still does a pretty decent amount of damage, maybe? I don't know. But the issue is this walrien is going to be freaking loaded. Oh no, yeah, second ice school spear is coming in. So, what we have to do here is come in with the Froslass. Hope to gosh almighty that we catch the earthquake. Oh my goodness, did we ever just... Yeah! And the opponent quits the match. GG's. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry I did that to you, but it had to happen. Okay, here we go. Deoxys mirror matchup. We're just gonna keep throwing these counters and just keep throwing them until somebody's gonna throw it. Okay, I'll throw one. So we're gonna throw this Thunderbolt. What I wanted to do there was to sneak a counter through. Right. Not there. So my opponent did this as well, so very well for them. But they are actually running rock slide. So there, that is what we want. You want to be able to sneak the counter through on this Deoxys mirror match, especially if they're running Thunderbolt, because that is probably going to be the deciding factor on whether or not you get to that next charge move first, or you're going to take out the Deoxys. So I'm going to let this go through. I'm going to come in and do a nice big farm down with Froslass, because Froslass with energy is a freaking monster. A monster, I say. We're going to definitely shield out that rock slide, and in comes a Vigoroth. You're going to see why Froslass with energy is absolutely deadly. That avalanche does at least 50% of that Vigoroth's health. We're going to go for another avalanche here. This is going to be taking out that Vigoroth. No, they shield. So they're down both shields. And I have to make a huge call here. I'm definitely going to call this. It's going to be a body slam. Yes, we are just making all the right calls today. You love it. So now we're almost out of Shadow Ball. So I'm going to eat this body slam. And I'm going to save enough health for us to get to a Shadow Ball. And come in with the walrien. My opponent wants nothing to do with that. So GG's, on to the next one. Here we go. Deoxys into Araquanid. Okay, so I'm going to swap straight into my walrien. They hard counter us with that Deoxys, but it's not a true hard counter, because we're going to be able to get this Deoxys nice and low and into the farm down range with these ice school spears coming in hot. My goodness, you'd think this thing ate a spicy chili pepper with all these charge moves it's spitting out. No, that rock slide doesn't even KO. Can we make it to one more? No, we cannot. But that's okay. I'm going to bring in my Deoxys, and I am going to go for this massive farm down. Because we can eat 2 rock slides. No problemo. And by the time this thing is said and done with, we're almost going to be at 100 energy. So I will take 100 energy. And my Deoxys is almost down, but that's okay. We're going to throw this Psycho Boost because I'm baiting the Thunderbolt tiers. So that gets the shield. And now I'm going to come in with the Froslass. And they are throwing right before I get to the Shadow Ball. So they had no energy whatsoever, so I know this is just a bubble beam. So I'm gonna build up a little bit more, and maybe I should just be going straight avalanche here, but I was hoping my opponent did not shield, but they did. So either way, I'm gonna shield this. I know it's just a bubble beam, but my Froslass is getting quite low. Those bug bites are starting to add up. We're gonna throw the Shadow Ball. This is double debuff, so that does like nothing. My goodness. And Froslass is a freaking monster. We catch the bubble beam, and now we throw one more counter. We throw the Thunderbolt because they decide not to swap out for some reason, and that Thunderbolt is gonna be almost knocking out. And my opponent wants nothing to do with that match either. 3 top lefts in a row. GG's to my opponent. Okay, here we go. On to the next one. Another Deoxys mirror match. We're going to play this the same way. Do. Hit that counter. Hit that counter. And we're going to sneak. Yeah. I think I lagged out a little bit in this game, which is quite unfortunate for me and my opponent. So what you want to do too is you want to throw one more counter before throwing your next Thunderbolt, just so they do not get that extra sneak either, because if they sneak, well, then you're even. You're evens. Even Stevens. Okay? Okay. So next Thunderbolt coming in, and now I think we survived the Psycho Boost. Yeah, we do. And I could have probably almost farmed down there, but we're both at 1 HP. So I'm fine with taking the advantage here. Oh, yes. You would think... this game. They're not swapping out, so I'm like, why? And they let that go. So it's either they had a fighter or something like that, and they just wanted to get the Brave Bird off, but still... why did you not shield that? Oh my gosh, it's the double flyer in the back. So this is still good, right? Still good. All right, let's check out this matchup here. We're going to throw the avalanche. I'm really biting myself in the tongue for this game here. You'll see. You all see what happens here, because it's a nail biter. Now, what I should be doing too is I should be letting one of these sky attacks go through. Because I know they're not going for the Shadow Ball. Why would they go for the Shadow Ball? Unless they're Mad Lads. So, I'm going to shield this one up too. Because at this point, that Sky Attack. And then they could just Wing Attack down. They catch the freaking Avalanche. They catch the Avalanche. My God. And we don't get the catch back. So, now they're at the Shadow Ball. And you know what? My opponent super outplayed me there. That was an awesome game by you. My goodness. Hats off to you, good fella. Because my gosh, that was awesome. Okay. Shadow Zapdos. Nice little spice pick. We're going to eat this charge move, whatever it is. Then I'm going to throw... oh, I build up to this double Psycho Boost. Okay. I shield this. And then I throw... expecting a shield back, and then I'm gonna go straight into the walrien because I know they're energy dry, and I can make it to an Icicle Spear before they make it to their charge move. So if they want to go down both shields, then let them go down both shields. I would just shield up this next charge move, And now I have loaded energy on my walrien, and walrien with loaded energy is a menace too. So they bring in a walrien of their own. My gosh, they must be weak to walrien in the back. So earthquake number 1 coming in. That does a lot of damage, and we're gonna eat this one just fine. Yeah, oh yeah, we got plenty of health left, and we are actually gonna outpace to the earth power. Either that or my opponent let us outpace to the earth power. Either way, I'm swapping out into my Froslass regardless, because I know they're weak to walrien, which means they're probably weak to Froslass, and Froslass can take a hydro cannon. Can't take 2, but we are gonna outpace to the avalanche before they reach 2, and now we just powder snow down. GG's. That is also a big damage. Didn't KO, but still, there's a 4-1 victory. Should be a 5-0, but my opponent outplayed me. And here is the ELO of that 4-1 from 24.75, I think it was. So I'm at 25.20 right now from that 4-1. Absolutely amazing. So Mew, a kind of a core breaker too for this kind of whole team. But if you play around it with your Pokemon here, you should be able to take out this Mew. Because Mew is kind of glassy, it does have some awesome charge moves as well. And they bring in a Kingdra, so I'm going to build up to the EQ, and then I'm going to threaten them with the EQ. But I am baiting here with the Icicle Spear. That gets a shield back, and we're going to throw, just in case they end up throwing the Octazooka, which double debuffs us, so we want to get maximum damage off. I'm going to let this go, because I think I could just... Yeah, okay, they throw the Outrage, and now I can just come in with my Deoxys and get an absolute massive farm down. And again, here I'm going to go again. I'm going to bait with the Cycle Boost and then swap right away into my Froslass here. So, Cycle Boost coming in. I'm hoping for the shield. If not, that's alright as well. And oh my gosh, the Mad Lad no shields it. And it's an Altaria in the back. You love to see it. Double ice. Altaria's got nowhere to go. We're gonna eat that sky attack, and we're at the double avalanche. And the reason why I ended up throwing the Psycho Boost is now because we have energy on our Deoxys, and a Psycho Boost should be able to take out the Mew from this range before they reach the double wide charge. So first Psycho Boost coming in. This is going to be taking out that Mew. GG's to my opponent there. So hopping into the next match here. Amazingly, you love to see it. Oh my gosh. And they come in with the Greedent. So I'm going to do some counter damage. I'm going to eat whatever this is because Deoxys can eat it. And then I'm going to swap right away into my walrien. Start landing these Icicle Spears. And walrien should have a pretty good time against this Greedent with the health advantage. So first Icicle Spear coming in. That almost KOs it. Not really. We need another Icicle Spear, so I'm going to let this go through too. We did get the defense fall, but that's okay. Maybe I should have did one more powder snow, but I lost track of energy. Greedent spams out body slams like it's nobody's business. So now if they do bring in that oh my gosh, they bring in a Medicham. So this is completely fine by me. So now I'm gonna come in with my Deoxys. I'm gonna get some chip damage off on this thing. I'm gonna then build up a little bit more until they throw energy. Eat the Ice Punch, and 2 shielded Froslass should be able to take care of whatever's in. And they're a little bit slow at swapping in, so now we are going to make it to this avalanche just as they reach the Weather Ball. But I'm sure they're probably going to build up to the Energy Ball and then bait with the Weather Ball. So I make a huge call here, and I decide to no shield this, and it's just a Weather Ball. So with that Weather Ball being thrown, now we're able to shield the next Weather Ball and be able to outpace that avalanche. Because I know they can't make it to an Energy Ball before I make it to an avalanche, I'm gonna win this one. So this is going to be taking out that tanky Abomasnow, and we are going to be able to, we could have made it to the Shadow Ball, but I wanted to be safe and throw the Avalanche because I know this will be taking out the Medicham, and that takes out the Medicham. GG's to my opponent there. So hopping into the next match, we got Lickitung into Deoxys. Again, another kind of core breaker to the team here. Even though we're doing counters and they're doing licks, their licks really add up, and these body slams are no joke. Especially when you can do 2 or 3 by the time we reach the Psycho Boost. So we're gonna throw the Psycho Boost. They end up shielding that, which is awesome. And I come in straight with the Walrien. I know I outpace to the Icicle Spear to their Power Whip, so I'm guessing since they no shielded that, they're throwing straight Power Whip. So I'm gonna shield that up, and then I'm gonna throw right as soon as we get the Icicle Spear, because I don't know how much energy they have. I cannot count licks. Oh my gosh, it's a Marowak. This is an issue, the biggest issue ever. So I have to shield this, and I throw the Icicle Spear bait. If this doesn't get the shield, this is game. It's gotta be game. Oh my gosh, it gets the shield. Okay, so I throw 3 Powder Snows, and then I swap into my Deoxys, and I'm trying to get to this Thunderbolt. I don't throw the Psycho Boost because then they can just farm up a lot more energy. So that actually saves us, because now we were able to outpace the Earthquake, and this is gonna do some really big damage. Big damage, knocking out that Alolan Marowak. See you later. Let's see what they have now. Oh gosh, it's a Mew. Oh my gosh. So now the Mew has to farm up a lot of energy. Because they don't want to throw the Wild Charge to knock us out, they have to get us down into Surf range. Oh, just as we're able to reach the Icicle Spear. That was close. Because now we bring in the Froslass, and I really thought this game was over. Because Wild Charge is a massive hitting move, and Froslass is pretty glassy, but we survive. We get to this freaking Avalanche. This is going to be taking care of the Mew, and we should just be able to Powder Snow down that Lickitung, and that is a very well played game. GG's to my opponent. Trevenant lead. Gosh awful. I got 2 better answers, so let's go straight into the Walrein, and in comes a Crustle. Oh my gosh, it's a Crustle. So I go straight for the Earthquake here. Maybe I should have went double Icicle Spear, because I think the double Icicle Spear would have KO'd them. Now from here, I should have just let this go. But I wanted, maybe I can get switch advantage with energy, but I was not able to do that. And then my opponent also makes a very bold call and bringing in a Walrien, because they knew I wasn't going to bring in the Deoxys to that terrible matchup. So if I just would have brought in the Deoxys, maybe that would have been different. But you know what? We catch an EQ here, and there is life on this game. So they bring in the Trevenant. I know this is just a Seed Bomb. So now we're going to be able to get off the Psycho Boost. Oh, okay. This, I don't know. That Walrein's pretty dang. That Walrein's pretty healthy. So now we have to farm this guy all the way down. This is just a Seed Bomb. So we survive. But I think the play was we had to shield there. And then maybe throw in a Shadow Ball. But yeah, I don't know. I think that game was over with. But anyways, on to the next one. Galvantula, another core breaker. Terrible lead. Can't swap into the Walrein because, well, we're going to be taking a lot of damage from that too. Can't swap into the Froslass, well, because we're going to be taking a lot of damage from that too. So I decided to throw the Psycho Boost before the lunge. But they are smart and they farm up a lot more energy. So now I bring in the Walrein. I'm going to eat this, because I'm assuming they're just going to lunge and dip, which they don't. Anyways, they catch a Icicle Spear on a Greedent. So now this matchup is kind of bad, because our attack is debuffed and our health is severely low. So, but that's okay. We're gonna spam out these Icicle Spears, and I'm really hoping whatever is in the back is weak to ice or ghost. So now I bring in the Deoxys, Psycho Boost, and we have to let this go. Whoa, this is gonna be tight. So now I'm gonna get a massive farm with my Froslass, and they were very close to the crunch. So I have to farm up as much energy as I can here. Maybe I should have thrown the avalanche when I got it to get that last shield, but I decided to keep farming up, and now we have 2 avalanches locked and loaded. That still does a lot of damage even though we're debuffed. So now we're gonna build right back up to the 2 avalanches here. We can take a mud bomb. Just what I'm worried about is those volt switches, and it's gonna be tight. So now this avalanche, the good thing is this avalanche will not be KOing. The bad thing is the avalanche doesn't KO, and we have to shield. So now we're able to actually get to 2 powder snows, which is going to win us the game. Oh my gosh, we get to the next avalanche. This is gonna be KOing that Galvantula. Yes, it does, and that's a GG's. Another 4-1 set for you. My goodness, this team is absolutely amazing, and that is the ELO 2562. Let's see if I can get it back. Yeah, so 2562, that is the ELO. 2 4-1 sets, almost 100 ELO points gained. This team is a freaking monster. Try it out, it's amazing. I love this team. Gonna keep trying it out. Gonna try out some different teams too, so have some more content for everyone. So thank you all for watching the video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. Comment if you want to see anything in the future. And like always, I will see everyone in the next video.